What's that? I think so.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We're here at the top of the hour, so we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Heather, and I'm on the marketing team here at Eagle Eye Networks. Today's webinar will be to discuss the benefits of becoming an Eagle Eye Networks reseller. Before we get started, we have the usual housekeeping, which is if you have any questions, please type them in the Zoom Q&A box at any time throughout the presentation, and we'll address them at the end of the webinar. This webinar is being recorded, so to all who have registered, you will receive a follow-up email with a link to the full recording, along with other information. Now I'll go ahead and introduce your speaker for today, who will be Mr. Will Harris. Will Harris has 5 years of experience with Eagle Eye Networks, enabling the growth of sales in North America. Will has maintained several roles within the sales organization and developed unique relationships with many of Eagle Eye's channel partners and longstanding end customers. Currently, Will manages the inside sales team and helps lead their selling efforts. And with that, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Will for the rest of your presentation.
Heather, thank you so much, and good day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. I'd like to get going with kind of an overview of the company, and then we'll jump right into the main portion of today's presentation, which is an overview of Eagle Eye's Reseller Partner Program. But to start out, just a quick overview of Eagle Eye Networks itself. We were founded in 2012. We've been in the marketplace now for about 6 years. And in those 6 years, we've fortunately been able to grow into the #1 cloud video surveillance company worldwide. We're headquartered here in Austin, Texas, but we have offices, 2 other global offices in Tokyo and Amsterdam. And currently we are fortunate enough to service customers in over 80 countries. Our footprint has grown exponentially over the last half dozen years, and that's what's maintained our ability to promote ourselves as the top video surveillance company from a cloud standpoint in a worldwide stature. And so from that end, I want to jump right into the most important topic of today's conversation, which I think and I hope will resonate with the folks that are in attendance today, and that is what we do to provide leads. We all know that leads are so important to you as a company, and they're important to us from the manufacturing standpoint as well. We really put in a comprehensive effort from the manufacturing side of things to generate lead volume for our channel partners. Eagle Eye goes to market 100% through its channel partners. And so what we want to accomplish in building the relationship with you from the start is we want to be able to cultivate and grow that relationship, not just by depending on you to provide us leads that we can, then work with you to help close, but also flipping that switch. And we put in a lot of time, a lot of resources. And in the non-COVID world, we would also do a lot of travel and shows that would be on the end user level to garner and gain increased interest in the lead generation efforts. From the internal side of things, we have a dedicated outbound team. We call it our market demand generation team, and they're hitting the phones constantly. They're trying to drive up lead volume in some of our key verticals. At the end of the day, what we would like to accomplish from our end is we want to be able to qualify a lead and then commit a lead so that when we're handing it off to you, that lead is basically closed. You're simply providing them with the proposal to get the lead over the line, to get the business won, and to hopefully grow that customer to scale and grow your business through increased recurring monthly revenue. So with all that said, I want to kind of go into an overview of our reseller partner program. This is a program that really is incentivized to grow your business through various programs that really can hone in on those key verticals that we service. And I'll get into that a little bit more as we go along with today's webinar. But in general, the partner program is defined into 3 tiers. All right, you would qualify as a certified pro, or a certified blue reseller based upon the amount of cameras that you have on your account that you're servicing. And that's how we distinguish those 3 tiers. And obviously there's increased benefits the further up you go from certified to pro to blue. An overview of that particular matrix on the next slide will show you that how that camera volume is partitioned. So as you can see on the left-hand column, as a certified reseller, okay, and we call our resellers certified when they have completed their onboarding, their training with us. So when you are a certified reseller, even if you don't have a single camera on your account, you are still eligible for a number of different benefits, as you can see. That includes remote web demonstrations. We like to help you in engagement with the customer. Pilots, brandable marketing materials, a lot of other programs, both marketing and sales initiated, that we'll go into further. As you move up the ladder to pro and as you further it to blue, you can see that you'll qualify for even additional programs. All right. At the end of the day, we want to help you grow your business. And we know that enabling that growth is really based upon what I talked about earlier, the amount of leads we can funnel you. So the more communication, the more business we can close together from a lead standpoint, from what we pass you and you pass us, the faster we're going to accelerate that RMR growth for you, the higher that camera volume is going to be, and the more benefits you're going to attain. Looking over to the next slide with the kind of table of contents for some of these program benefits that we'll cover today, you can see here that there's a number of different ones in your arsenal right away. The first program on the next slide that I'd like to talk about is our pilot program. And we've done this since really the start of the company. And it's designed to help you not just sync an initial site or 2 with a customer, close that, but also to grow that business exponentially over time. We understand that as a cloud-based security company, many of our customers fall under the sphere of the small to mid-sized market. Okay, we're talking 4, 8, maybe 16 cameras, but a large, vast amount of sites. Maybe it's 20, maybe it's 200. And when we're dealing with end users that have a footprint that large, we certainly understand that they might be hesitant to diving headfirst into the deep end and committing 200 sites to going with Eagle Eye right away. To that end, we like to let them dip their toes in the water, try out 1, 2, 3 sites with a proof of concept. And that's really what our pilot program is designed to achieve. So as you can see on the bullet points here, the pilot program can be a 30, a 60, or a 90-day trial. We allow a certain amount of bridges and CMVRs that we manufacture to be positioned in those environments. And we also can provide cameras and managed switches. Those will have no, pardon me, those will have no upfront payments tallied to your account. It's totally free to you, the reseller, and it's totally at no cost to the end user as well. And we'll waive subscription fees during that pilot period as well. We want to give a white glove treatment to the customer during this time. We really want to impress upon them not just your ability as a reseller to service them, but also the dedicated support that we provide them on the manufacturing level. So we will be with you every step of the way in making sure this pilot goes successfully. And in our experience, we've closed about 9 out of 10 pilots that we've launched, if you want to put a number on it. So this really is a great way to get that relationship built, to close 1, 2, or 3 sites, and to grow the business with that customer over a pretty accelerated time once the pilot is successful. We have noticed quite a bit that when a customer engages in a pilot with us, within a couple weeks, they are pretty convinced that Eagle Eye is the way to go because our platform is so superior to what they have dealt with in the past. So I highly encourage you to engage us in the pilot program, to use this to your advantage. It really does launch a great relationship more often than not with the customer. The next slide that we'll cover is honestly probably our most popular program, and it's the project registration program. This allows you to gain increased discounts on the hardware for a particular project that you're servicing. As you can see, there's a few stipulations. These are for leads that you generate. These are not for repeat business submissions, okay? But for new business that is that you've furnished, we would like to provide you with increased discounts just in case there's competition out in the field and you need to win this business over a competitor. Those tier discounts are tied into your project, or I'm sorry, your program tiers. So whether you're a certified reseller, whether you're a certified pro, or whether you're a certified blue. A certified reseller will garner a 3% additional discount, certified pro a 5%, and a certified blue 7% off the general discount that you receive as an Eagle Eye certified reseller. So this is really a key program for you to be able to garner those additional discounts. And also what it does for us on the back end is it allows us to have an introspection into the customers that you service. So for instance, if you are really dealing heavily in the, say, property management space, which is one of our most popular verticals, and you register a number of different projects in the property management space with us, we are going to understand that that is really a bread and butter type customer for you. And so if we happen to get a lead in that is in property management, that's within your service area or within your footprint, we are absolutely going to kick it your way because we know you're the most adept at being able to close and work with that type of customer. So it really is a mutual benefit, not just to us, but to you. And it's something that I really encourage you to hopefully engage us with. You can find the project registration form on our website. Submit it as for any project that you unearth, and we'll be more than happy to work with you and try to ensure that that business gets closed. Moving on to the next program. This is a program that we've had, again, since the start of the business, and it's our Cloud Boost program. This is really designed for, as it says in the first bullet, legacy system upgrades. And what do I mean by that? Well, there are still a number of environments out there that use old, I like to say outdated analog systems. They haven't refreshed or upgraded their platform, mostly because probably they haven't felt the need to. There hasn't been an event that's warranted that in their mind. But where Eagle Eye is positioned to win that business right away is that we manufacture a couple of different bridges that can support either existing IP cameras or old coax analog cameras. And so what the Cloud Boost program is designed for is for you to be able to purchase one of those bridges at a very subsidized rate. we're talking much lower than what the list cost is on, and even your dealer cost is on our price list. You purchase it at a much subsidized rate so that it's a low front end barrier for the customer to pass and to purchase, and to get that system, that old analog software, upgraded into Eagle Eye's cloud-based environment. What we notice is that the transformation is extremely overwhelming in a positive way and impactful to the customer. And what happens is that they look at moving one or two of their sites from analog to a cloud-based platform, and they start to think, well, this is what I need for the rest of the sites. And then the rest of the sites come online, and the next step is, well, we need to upgrade the cameras. So there's a lot of upsell opportunity by utilizing this particular program. There is, like I said earlier, there is a number of different environments out there that still are utilizing an old legacy system. So for you to be able to go in at a low front end, commit the client to being able to transform their environment, and then convincing them that this is the way to go and this is the way to scale, the Cloud Boost program can really be influential to that particular customer. And by influential, I mean at a low front end cost to them, so it's not as much of a high burden at the front. Moving on to the next program, this is probably honestly my favorite program because I think it's very unique, and it's something that we put a lot of focus into over time. It's our Cloud Call program. So what exactly is the Cloud Call program? Well, we understand, and we've seen through the evolution of our business, that we have resellers that come from the traditional security mold, but we also have a lot of resellers that come from IT or MSP backgrounds, alarm, telco. And they come to us and they're interested in RMR, they're interested in reselling video, perhaps even for the first time. And they want to just pick our brain as to how to get started. Well, what we've done to assist in that regard is we've said, look, if you're so willing and you've got an existing customer list that you have serviced well and that thinks highly of you, obviously, because you've given them great service, if you share that with us, we will assemble a script so that we can promote the Eagle Eye portion, or we can promote the Eagle Eye platform to that existing customer base for you. So that script can sound something of the sort like, well, Mr. Customer, I am with ABC commercial, blah, 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 and I am happy to promote the Eagle Eye Cloud VMS platform today. It's a new selling item that we're servicing. Would you be interested in a meeting with myself and such individual from your business? Then you jump on a mutual meeting, you talk to the customer, hopefully you close them, present them with the proposal, and that enables the close of the sale. So the Cloud Call program, what we've seen on the next slide, if you want to look at some stats, is really, it's kind of taken off over the last 18 months. We've had 11 resellers participate. We've made over 4,000 calls on their behalf, and we've generated over $70,000 in revenue. So what that goes to show is that we have this very nailed down. We have it well scripted, well thought out, and we are simply an extension of your business in this program. We want to set as many meetings as we can for you, and we want to enable that existing customer base to start using Eagle Eye. The next program on the following slide is our marketing co-op program. So this is another burgeoning program that we offer. The best example, real world example that I can give about this particular program is that it's really impactful in the trade show world. And I know over the last 6 to 7 months, franchisee shows and various other customer events, in-person events at least, have subsided, but at some point they'll return. And when they do, I highly encourage you to reach out to our marketing team and look at perhaps asking for our assistance for a mutual presence at a show that may be a key vertical with which you sell to. There's nothing more impactful than being at a show with Eagle Eye and having a customer come to the booth, asking for a demo, having one of our sales representatives assist in giving that demo. And then when the natural question comes, how much does it cost? us being able to turn directly to you and say, hey, I've got my partner right here. He'll be available to talk you through what a proposal would look like. And you can accomplish and kill two birds with one stone in that regard. So there really is a heightened positive impact when we're able to go to shows mutually together. And I highly encourage that when that day arrives again, that we're able to be around one another and attend in-person events, that you reach out to us. Really, the marketing co-op program can also reach beyond that. It can, be for anything you want to mutually cooperatively go into. So if there is other ideas or thoughts that you have and you'd like to pick our brain, if we're willing to, go into it with you, reach out to our marketing team and they'll be happy to talk with you about it further. Those are the overall programs in the reseller partner program that I wanted to cover today, but I also just want to touch on a couple of other items before we jump to any questions that you may have. And the next slide covers something that I'm really excited about. It's something we've just recently launched. It's our Sales Assistant app. We want to do our best always to listen to you, the reseller. We can't grow our business without your support and your help. And one of the things that you all recommended, or that resellers recommended to us over the past couple of years, is that they said, you've got a great Dropbox. You've got a great wealth of collateral, from white papers to marketing materials, to press releases, to case studies. You've got all this wonderful collateral, but it's locked into either a browser-based access with the Dropbox, or I have to access the Dropbox on my mobile device. It'd be wonderful to compile it into an Eagle Eye app. And so we spent the last several months working on the creation of this Sales Assistant app, which contains all of that material. It contains our price list. It contains the ability for you to create proposals and quotes within it, so that when you're with the customer, you can take them hopefully from start to finish within this app. So this is something that I'm really excited about. It's something that you can also use for training purposes if you have new employees or if you're just signing up with us. So I highly encourage you as a prospective or new reseller to download this app. And as you become a certified reseller, we will grant you access and you will be able to use it to your advantage. The last slide that I want to cover is something that we hang our hat on quite a bit. And that is that we are an open API, all right? So the cloud gives us a lot of flexibility, a lot of advantages over traditional systems. And with that open API, we're able to extend our reach in quite a myriad of different ways. These are some of the technology partners that we currently work with. Some may look familiar to you. We're adding new technology partners all the time. So whether it's access control, or whether it's POS integration through another software provider, or perhaps it's live, I'm drawing a blank, but I will come back to that thought. But regardless, it was it's really one of the most powerful portions of our business, and it's something that we are continuing to grow, as I said. And it's something that if you've got a particular customer base that uses a certain software or a certain technology that you think would be impactful for us to add as an extension of our platform, please bring it to our attention, and we'll be happy to look into it and even perhaps work with you to add it to our open API. So with that, I'd like to ask Heather if there's any questions for me. If not, I can talk about next steps.
Yes, thank you. We'll go ahead and transition to Q&A. If anybody in the audience has any more questions, now would be the time to type them into the Q&A box. And we'll start with the first few that have come through. We're also launching a poll if you would like for us to reach out to you directly. The first question that we've had come through is, does your legacy support system, HD, like TVI, CVI, AD, etc., cameras over coax?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we do work with TVI systems, okay? We don't work with CVI. We have a TVI integration through our great partner in Hikvision. So any TVI, HD over coax legacy systems can be supported with us. We do resell one of those turbo DVRs that can connect to one of our bridges. So without getting too technically deep on that, the quick answer is yes, we do support TVI environments, and we can work with those legacy systems.
And on that note, where would someone be able to go to access to see the list of compatible cameras?
That's a great question. We have a list of all of our compatible cameras on our website, and you can access that at any time. And something that I am really proud of is that we constantly update that list. When I started with the company a number of different years ago, there was only about 50 different IP cameras, frankly, that we supported, but we were very young at that point. That number is now over 3,000. So it's pretty cool to see how many different cameras, as they become much more commoditized, that we can work with. So I encourage you to visit the website. There's a support tab where you can go and click on the camera compatibility page. There's a search bar where you can search a make, you can search a model, you can search perhaps even a firmware, and you'll be able to see if that camera is supported.
We have a question from a current reseller. How can I stay up to date with new features and collateral?
Another great question. I'll put on my marketing hat and I will say, download the Sales Assistant app. We are constantly, we're going to be very active on that app on the back end, constantly updating it with new collateral, new white papers. If there's a recent price list, that will be uploaded to that app right away. So I would highly recommend that you download it. You will have a prompt that allows you to request access. It'll be granted, and I think you'll really like it.
All right. It looks like we've covered all the questions that have come through for now. We hope that you found the webinar educational, and if you have any other questions that we didn't get to answer, please reach out. We have a couple that we will be reaching out to after the webinar. We're available also via email, phone. Here's our contact information. Also highly available on our website via direct chat message. We're always available and here to help you. After this webinar, please check your emails. We'll be sending out the recording and more information on the benefits of becoming an Eagle Eye Networks reseller. Thank you, Will, for being our presenter today, and thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you, Heather.